So for today's lesson, you will need graph paper, one pencil, and a straight edge. Here's our warm-up problem for this unit, for this section. And our warm-up problem is y is equal to 2x. So, if you wanted to find the y and x intercepts first, you could find the x by setting y to 0. So you would do 0 equals 2x, then divide both sides by 2 to get 0, and that means x is equal to 0. And then you could plot that right there. That'd be at the origin on our y-intercept. So if we set x to 0, then that'd be then if we did 2 times 0, that would equal 0, and that means that our y value is 0, and then ordered pair would be y equal to 0, or the ordered pair would be 0 which is the same as our x, so we don't have to plot it again. And then so now that we've got our intercepts, we can get a table of values going to find at least 2 other, but we could find there an infinite number of other points we can plot, but we'll just plot 2 for today. And so that's our x and y, and let's plug in 1 and negative 1. So for 1, if we plug that in, it'd be 1 times 2, which is 2, so y equals 2. And so that ordered pair would be 1, comma 2. So we can go over here and go to the right 1 and up 2, which is right there. And that'd be 1, comma 2. Then for negative 1 times 2 is negative 2, and y equals negative 2. That means that the ordered pair would be 1, comma negative 2. And then we'd go to the left 1 and down 2, and that would be right there. So negative 1, comma negative 2, and then so let's get out the straight edge, and we can connect all these points, and it should form a line. So that means that our values for this graph were correct. Regular problem will be y equals 4x plus 3. Now, to solve that, we can make a graph, or we can make a graph. So we can draw up our coordinate plane with our straight edge. Is we can make a table of values with our x and y coordinate, or x and y input, or values, you should say. And so there's our x, there's our y. It's a table, and first we can find the intercepts. So we can set 0 to y, to the y value to find the x, and so that would be 0 equals 4x plus 3. Then we can subtract 3 from both sides to get negative 3 equals 4x. Then divide both sides by 4 to get negative 3/4 is equal to our x-intercept. And if we wanted to plot those points as an ordered pair, it'd be negative 3/4, comma 0. And then, so that would be just about there on our graph. And then for our y, it would be to to find our y, we'd set x to 0, and it would be y equals 4 times 0 plus 3. And if we multiplied 4 by 0, it'd be y equals positive 3. So then our y value is 3. So that means our ordered pair would be 0, 3. And then that'd be on our number line, it'd be 0, 3. So that'd be 1, 2, 3 right there. And then to find 2 more points, you can make the table of values that I talked about earlier, and let's plug in one positive number and one negative. So that could be 1 and negative 1. You could use any number, but if you plugged in 1, 1 times 4 is 4, plus 3 is 7. So that means our y is equal to 7. And then our ordered pair would be 1, 7. And if we went over here, then that's where our point would be, to the right 1 and up 7. And then if we used negative 1 times 4 is equal to negative 4, plus 3 is equal to negative 1. And so our y is equal to negative 1, and the ordered pair would be negative 1, negative 1. And so that would go all the way over here. And that would be right there. And be 1, negative 1. And there it is. You can tell the line is correct because all the points match up in a straight line. And that is it.